And we are live. Welcome everybody to Bybit Fight Club, the weekly trading live stream straight out of the Bybit Discord. Welcome everybody. I'm Brandon. I'm here with Jordan yet again. We've got an awesome stream today planned. We're going to talk about some of the crazy news from this past week. We're going to do a little bit of a dive into one specific segment I think you all will always enjoy. We're going to get into some live trading, some trading setup. We're going to be looking at setups from the live stream. Also, if you guys have any pairs that you'd like us to look at, go ahead and drop those in the comments as well. Finally, we're going to be giving away some awesome stuff and some bonuses live on stream with a new setup fresh this week. So guys, definitely stick around for the end of the stream. We can see everybody pouring in already. Go ahead and say hello if you're new to the stream, if you're coming back. And Jordan, I'll give it over to you to say hello as well.
What's up? What's up, Bybit fam? How's it going? I see comments flowing in. Awesome, Lalit, Yonom, welcome, Kilo, Lemore, Draxus, Crypto Cloud in the building. What's up? Keep it coming. Thank you. Please do invite your friends. This is the second last one for the first run of 6. And yeah, it's just been awesome. I'm going to miss it so much, even in the little break. I'm sure we're going to be back soon. But yeah, it's been a really good practice for me, exercise, analyzing my own methodology, etc. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm loving the charts at the moment. Things are a bit choppy, but this is when you get tested. And yeah, that's why I'm in this game, because I love to be challenged. So let's go.
All right, let's get right into it. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Please drop a like right now if you are enjoying the stream or have enjoyed a stream in the past. But let's go ahead while Jordan takes a look at the charts to open up the day. I'm going to talk about the Balaji $1 million Bitcoin bet. If you guys haven't heard about this, it's some insane news. So Balaji Srinivasan is an entrepreneur, the former CTO of Coinbase. So he does have experience in the field and a former A16Z partner. Definitely a powerhouse on all three notes there. And this past weekend, Balaji made a bet with a Twitter user named James Medlock. The Bitcoin terms were, if Bitcoin fails to reach 1 million per coin by June 17th, then Medlock will win 1 million in USDC. If Bitcoin reaches $1 million, Balaji will win the bet and he'll win 1 Bitcoin. So we're looking at 1 Bitcoin to $1 million USDC, which represents close to 40 to 1 odds at that current price. Bitcoin is around $26,000. So if Balaji wins, he wins 1 Bitcoin. If Medlock wins, we're looking at $1 million to him. So I guess this is a great time to ask, would anybody in the chat take that bet if you got 1 Bitcoin that you're willing to spare? Me and Jordan can talk about that in a minute whenever I get through all the details, because there is some side action on this bet as well. But I think that's absolutely fascinating.
So just clarified for me. So one guy has betted another guy, and the one guy stands to win if Bitcoin reaches 1 million. The other guy stands to win if it doesn't reach 1 million.
Yeah.
Or does it have to go down to a certain amount?
No, it just has to not reach 1 million. If it fails to reach 1 million per coin in 90 days.
Okay, well, that's quite a ballsy bet. Do you think it's just publicity or what's happening?
Well, that's really the question. So it's really it's a fight between these two stances. Medlock.
Well, let's zoom out on the charts at least, so we can see exactly how this would look. And I've actually got it marked out on my chart. It's not insane. It's not like crazy numbers here. You can see I've got that $1 million level on my charts, and it's strictly TA. And, that's a huge take profit for me, basically, on my whole portfolio all the way down from the early days of Bitcoin, because it is a crux. It's a huge round number. I mean, what number is more round and mental than a 1 million with 6 zeros? Can't really do better than that. And if we look at what Bitcoin's done in the past, I do feel like definitely we may see some movement below, but the next major move, according to what we've seen throughout history, does look like that. It does look like it goes up to $1 million. I'm not saying it's going to happen in 90 days. I mean, this is 2025, February, that I'm kind of looking at, in my thinking, if I zoom out. Let's just look, if we had to reach 1 million now in the next 90 days on this weekly chart, I mean, how many weeks is that? not that many. We'll say it's maybe 10 weeks or something. So, it would be something like swap. And maybe, this is Bitcoin. This is the king. And right now we're watching banks fail. We're watching the whole kind of financial, traditional fiat monetary system come under a lot of scrutiny. Traditional fiat banks going bankrupt, a lot of people buying Bitcoin. We have seen some really nice, massive weekly candles. And, that could be the start of a parabolic curve, which could equal some movement like this. And a lot of people will, be very happy if that had to happen. We've been building portfolios that we're accumulating here. If we get an uptick up to even, 60, 69,000. Well, wait. So this is only $100,000 up here. And he's saying $1 million. Oh my word, he's saying $1 million. Okay, no, let's have a look.
I mean, I
That's a
think we
little
have to
bit.
think about this last bull run, and the predictions were 100,000, and you think about the psychology of that round number, and we see it reach 69,000. I mean, my best predictions during kind of the middle of the last bull run were maybe 88,000, 90,000 best bet, because of how people stack up around and right before 100,000. So I can't imagine 1 million, let alone the points between 100,000 and 1 million.
If you look at the full extent of like a bull run, I mean, it's 1,600% kind of an increase. Yeah, and it seems to me like kind of wishful thinking. If we say this is a bull run right now, we're going to just pump into a bull run. Even if we go 2,000% from here, we're only going to reach 330,000. So I'm not too sure what this guy is smoking, or how he thinks, or if he's just got Bitcoin to give away for publicity, because that could be it. Maybe one Bitcoin to him is like pennies and it's peanuts and it doesn't matter. And now everyone knows who he is because he made this bet. Even if he loses the bet, he'll still be, world famous and maybe the most spoken about or most trending over a certain period of time. And that can earn you a lot of money if you're in certain kinds of deals or whatever. So watch out for that kind of stuff, with these influences. And this is a typical Moon Boy kind of prediction. And it can be just to suck you into whatever they're punting, whatever crypto they're punting, whatever wallet they're punting, anything like that. And just look at the charts, just play it as it comes. We've got this liquidity zone right above us, huge sell zone up to 33,000. Yeah, until we break that, we're not going up to the 40s. And it's clear and simple. The trading zone here, back down to 15,500. We don't need people giving us these crazy hopium ideas. And yes, of course, buy some Bitcoin. Take $100 and buy some Bitcoin, because then if we go to 1 million, that's going to be, like a couple of X, and you'll be lucky. But make sure that you stay realistic at the same time. And yeah, I'm going to chat about the trading bots just now, which is one of those cool, realistic things that you can do in terms of a passive engine. But yeah, let's hear from the peeps. What do you guys and girls think about this $1 million? Is it just a Moon Boy kind of called for publicity, or is there any sense to it?
So I'll give the explanation from the people involved in the bet. Medlock, the guy who's posed to win $1 million, and I think based on what you said, has the absolute ridiculous chance of winning $1 million if Balaji does decide to follow through with the bet. Let's hope he does for Medlock's sake. He predicts hyperinflation, or he doesn't predict hyperinflation. This comes from the original tweet that spurred the bet when Medlock tweeted a bet proposal of $1 million against anybody willing to take on the stance that the United States would not experience hyperinflation. So it stemmed from Medlock's tweet, and then Balaji kind of hits back with there will be a crisis coming soon, especially coming from these bank failures. He thinks it's going to be across the board. And he's willing to bet $1 million against anybody willing to take on the stance that the United States would not. Willing to take on anybody that says that hyperinflation scenario will not take Bitcoin to 1 million per coin. Obviously, a lot of critics did say exactly what you said. This is most likely just a marketing ploy, either to raise the price of Bitcoin, raise the notoriety of Balaji and whatever he is touting at the moment. But we did see a little bit of side action. I think this was the most interesting. The co-founder of Facebook, Dustin Moskovitz, did try to join the bet, proposing upping the ante to $50 million, but later deleted the tweet. And as a co-founder of Facebook, I imagine he does have that kind of capital.
So he was thinking short, though. He was saying, "No, I'm gonna say that it's not gonna reach that for 50 million."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I wish he kept that on the table. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Probably a little bit more of a joke from his end, given what I think most people are thinking about this bet overall. But I'm looking in the chat and seeing if anybody is bullish on this. Max 70K can be if bullish, but not 100,000. Absolutely. 1 million cents, maybe. I mean, we have to think about 1 million for Bitcoin times 19 million current circulating Bitcoin. Is that $17 trillion?
1 million cents. Yeah, we can reach 1 million cents.
$17 trillion just for Bitcoin, not let alone the entire cryptocurrency market cap. And we have to think about how that compares.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can all take a little bit of warning from this in terms of the kind of statements we can see from people in the industry and how they can try to sway people's opinions. I think we can all agree that this is most likely either some type of ploy or just a little bit of crazy nonsense if he does actually fall through the bet.
Yeah, there's always a lot of crazy nonsense. So you have to learn to decipher. And yeah, it is good. I mean, that people are thinking like that. I don't personally see us going up to any kind of crazy numbers soon. I personally think that what's happening right now is pretty crazy. We're getting a big pump. Very, very nice. And yeah, we can see what's happening here. There is a turnaround happening. There is the signs of what we call an exhaustion pattern, a swing failure pattern. And yeah, we didn't really break into this very nice sell demand area here up to 33,000. And yeah, this huge, huge resistance above us. We can see on this 4-hour chart how this trend is starting to turn around. Yes, it's difficult when there's noise, but basically right now the TA is quite simple. We had the jumps, we had the volatility, and right now we are being squeezed in this little zone from the 28,600 level down to this upward sloping trend line that we can see is hugely significant. So right now, I think volatility is incoming, only a matter of time. Sure, in the next few days. Usually what happens when we get squeezed in a zone is that we will explosively break out at some point. And it can be crazy. It can be something like this all over until this actually squeezes us and a decision is chosen. And it can be the fake out into the zone at the top and then a push back down to the 22 level, or it can be just a very nice push up into the zone. And we actually need to, in my opinion, to stay bullish, we need to break above 33 and stay up there. So the bulls have a lot of work to do in the near future. And yeah, just keep your eyes on this RSI, which is coming down on the 4-hour. On the daily, we can see that it retested the 70 level. And yeah, we could see a nice line here. A little bit of a divergence happening. Oof. Sure, daily bearish divergence. So yeah, a lot of bearish signs. You'll see that most of my trades are positioned short. Currently, I do have one nice long, this seller long, which I thought, yeah, would just be a fun one, and I did hop into it. You can see this is my stop loss, $26 in profit. I have been very, very conservative with my trades lately because things have been choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Okay, so some take profits did get hit, but you can see here my margin is under $10. I did start $10 per trade, including fees. The margin for each trade has been $10, and we are $25 in profit, $5 in profit, $22 in profit, $11 in profit, and $8 in profit. So all going well. Still having our really nice 100% win rate. Seller, Bonk, Blur, Render, and STX. And we are finally halfway. We have met our $5,000 level. And I'm very excited because when I finally do reach the goal, the journey, the top of the $10,000 slope, I am going to be putting the profits into these trading bots, which Bybit allows us to use, not even free of charge. It's more like they're paying you to use them because your fees are so much less. And there's so much AI involved in terms of arbitrage across the platform. It's just something, yeah, that has blown my mind. And let me quickly show you this one bot that I set up only 2 days and 16 hours ago. We can see here it has already made me 27 trades. It is on a 10x leverage. It is a neutral bot, which means it goes long and short. My price range is very wide, $1,000 to $4,000, 200 grids. And I actually did the TA, which is, something you can decide to do or not, depending on your level of involvement that you would like within your bot. And basically, according to this TA, it's pretty amazing. So let me just lay it out for you. This is where I started the bot, and then these lines are every 24 hours, so I can track. And basically, all of the horizontal lines are all of the points where the bot will buy and sell. And as you can see, I did quite a lot of analysis into the volatility of Ethereum to make sure that I was running on the same grid as everyone else, as everyone else's bots. So right now, this bot is running at basically making a buy or a sell at every $15 that Ethereum moves. And as I was saying in my stream yesterday, for those who are there, I actually have realized now that there are lines right in between that I'm missing out on. So my next bot, now that I understand the leverage a little bit better, how these bots manage risk, it is absolutely exceptional. It's better than I manage my own risk. Now I've also understood that there are these levels right between my levels that I'm actually missing out on. So I'm going to take my same 200 grids and I'm going to actually make my range smaller, and I'm going to make it so that I make trades, or my bot makes trades every time Ethereum moves only $7.50, which it looks like it moves about 5 or 6 times a day. At the moment, it is making me about 12 trades in a day, and we can see that my P&L is already almost $4. Amazing, because it's made 27 trades. Every single trade makes 14 cents, 14 cents, 14 cents, and we can very easily see everything that's going on, all of the positions. And of course, you can use AI to set these up, or you can go the route like I have, of doing your own TA. And what's amazing is this green line right here is my entry point. So right now, 3 days later, we're at the same entry point, but we've got a P&L, a realized P&L. And look how cool this is. If we go down, so with the futures bots, if you go show more, it'll tell you your unrealized P&L, your current position balance, and of course your realized. It'll also tell you your liquidation level, which is amazing. I mean, it's cross-collateralizing your whole amount, your investment across all of the grids. So the liquidation price is like a cross liquidation price. It's absolutely amazing. You can tell I'm just obsessed with these bots, and I know I can even do better than this. And this kind of P&L is amazing, and I think I can actually hit some pretty crazy P&Ls, which I'll be sharing soon, especially if I am working with say $2,000 per bot, etc., which will be really fun. You work hard. We've scalped our way from $1,000 to $5,000 with $10, $20, $30 trades. Then we hit our goal. We step back from the derivatives. We take our $10,000 and we say, okay, let's set up some bots for the next year that are going to double that, triple that. All right. So I've spoken for a little while. Brandon, if you'd like to go into some of your strategy or what your thinking is at the moment.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of economic and crypto news that I like to cover. To stick with the schedule, we've got the FOMC BPS hike, basically the Fed meeting that happened on Wednesday. We did finally get news of that. We were predicting, or about 2 weeks ago, we did actually see predictions from Wall Street, from traders, of a half-point hike. And then this past week on our stream, we spoke about how that has been reduced to a 0.25 percentage point hike. And that's what we actually saw. We've officially seen that announcement for a 0.25% percentage point, or 0.25% percentage point hike. And we're now looking at a move to 4.75 to 5% in terms of the actual US Fed rate. We did hear Powell speak about turmoil in the US banking center in response to SVB and Silvergate, everything we spoke about last week. He stated the issues were limited to only a few banks and reassured that the overall sector was sound and resilient, although we are currently seeing a little bit more contagion, a little bit more backlash from that downfall than I guess anybody was expecting, with Credit Suisse and quite a few more banks releasing a little bit of uncertainty across the board in terms of those small to medium sized banks. And that can even touch back to what we were speaking about 4 or 5 streams ago, with their exposure compared to those large banks. Following the Fed rate hike, we did see the stock market fall just a bit, treasuries rally just a bit, which did push yields down for those existing T-bonds. We do see a coming end to rate hikes that has been predicted after it was discovered that the line ongoing increases was removed from the official Fed statement. So basically, we no longer predict that rate hikes will continue, although the general forecast among the Federal Open Market Committee still stands at one more rate hike this year. So we're going to see a little bit more market volatility to come from that prediction, come from expectation versus reality, what we actually see in terms of that next meeting. But that's all we've got coming out of the Fed this week. We did see a little bit of that volatility across the board, across the stock market and crypto as well, definitely reflecting from that 0.25 and meeting expectation. In terms of any crypto news, I think the most important, and we did touch on this last week as well, but we're finally seeing it happen, is the Arbitrum token airdrop. Arbitrum is one of the hottest projects in terms of airdrops. We've got 5 airdrops coming up over the next, I believe, 2 weeks, and Arbitrum is definitely the largest.
And one of them is
market
done. So let us know if anybody actually got that Arbitrum airdrop. I saw that one of our members in our community got $18,000 in ARB. So yes, he must have made a hefty deposit, but he just made use of what was happening. I'm sure he took some of his stables. I'm sure he even took some of his Bitcoin, and he made a hefty ARB deposit, and he got $18,000 in ARB. So congratulations, James, Louis, well done. And please let us know if anyone got an airdrop. Let me know how much it was. And yeah, congrats if you did.
Yeah, I'm very curious if there are any strategies in terms of moving into Arbitrum as a bet, expecting to receive that airdrop, and then sell off, and then what you actually saw happen from that, given the price jump and subsequent fall. So some stats from the Arbitrum airdrop. It did occur late yesterday, with nearly 61% of eligible crypto wallets having been confirmed to claim their RAB. Which leaves 240,000 addresses, or roughly $600 million worth of ARB yet to be claimed. So I'm very curious how much of that, in terms of percentage, will actually be claimed. I imagine a very large percentage, almost all of it, given it's only been about a day and a half. But once that has been claimed, how that will continue to affect the market and affect the price of ARB. These are remaining eligible addresses have about 6 months remaining to claim their tokens. I don't know if it would be a great strategy to wait to claim unless you do have a large enough amount of ARB to swing the market. But I don't really predict that as a strategy, but we'll see if we see that at all. And we're still waiting the final sentiment price for ARB. Last night, whenever I checked, it was right around $1.40. We can have Jordan take a look at the current chart as well after this, but we did see it fly as high as $14. So I'm very curious if anybody got an airdrop, what they actually sold for in terms of that price. If you were able to hop on to that high price or anything close to it. What are we looking at now? $1.40. So we're still sitting around there. I believe it swung down to $1.30 or so. But this is a newly listed pair on Bybit as well. So a lot of volatility from ARB. It's going to be difficult to chart that in terms of technical analysis, but we will be able to kind of read those candlesticks and get a little bit of sentiment from the market in terms of coming out of that listing. So I'm curious what you have to think about this.
It was very, very hyped, and I think a lot of people made a lot of money. I saw even some of the crypto banter guys made a 100% trade, which is good. But it wasn't what people thought it was going to be, according to all of the hype. I mean, look at that. It's a kind of 37% from listing, I think. And yeah, we got some nice trading. We got a nice range now identified from this wick at the bottom, but it was nowhere near to the kind of hype that was expected. And I think for me that shows strength. We don't want to pump and dump coin. We want something that's an ecosystem that's building, that has growth potential, etc. And yeah, pump and dump is a way to make money, but that's all it is at the end of the day. It's like, it's not about the use cases, it's about how quickly you can just ride the volatility up and ride the volatility down. And we can see here that people are actually interested in this in the long term, because of this big wick here, basically at the listing price. So as soon as it came down, it went straight back up and has created a kind of floor now at the $1.40. So there's a nice trading range, and if you're interested in this asset, it is looking to be, one of the new strong assets, because of this, this not pumpy dumpy thing. We saw more of a healthy event occur, and yeah, this could be, well, basically there's another range right above us, and horizontally, yeah, trade the ranges until they break, and otherwise, trade the range below it, trade the range above it. And as we can see, the major buy area would be right here. And when we get these big wicks, they do often get engulfed by this kind of more accumulation and exhaustion and whatever, back down to that really nice buy level. So yeah, just treat it like any other coin, be conservative. And I would say personally that I think it's a good sign that we didn't see straight up, straight down. If we look at the daily chart, we see something looking relatively bullish. So that's quite nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think compared to what we've seen in terms of other listings, the magnitude of that, if I can read it correctly, it's 1.27 at the bottom side to 1.59. That's absolutely limited in terms of what we usually see, and I think that's reflective of the overall market volume. Although I did just see a comment that ARB to USDC in spot got traded for $106, which is absolutely absurd. I think that $14 note was the average across exchanges. But I'd be very curious which exchange the $106 was on. But
what we can do is we can try find it. Oh, it doesn't show the difference, so we'd have to search through them. I'll have a look and I'll see.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. But right now is a great chance. I believe we've got quite a few people dropping some suggested pairs to take a look at. I'm looking at XCN. Let's see what else I can see.
Awesome. So yes, please do drop your pairs in the Discord or any setups that I can open trades on. We're very high in profit, so let's take advantage. Let's open some trades. It does look like there might be a swing failure pattern happening. There is a lot of positivity in the market and everything's looking so strong. So I'm not going to position myself too strongly until we get any confirmations, but I'm loving these $10 trades. When you open a $10 trade, it's like you can only lose $10 even if you get, properly liquidated in your position, and we're actually earning here. Yeah, my take profits on these are at like 400%. So really nice trading happening, just a little bit more risk limitation in these kinds of conditions. And in terms of indicators, I wanted to show the group something quite interesting in terms of a little bit of a strategy, a little bit of a trick, just a certain confluence between certain indicators that I know many of you use. And let's get into it. Most of us, and yes, this might be a little bit much for the newbies. So let me know, Brandon, if I can quickly go through a little bit of a strategy.
Absolutely. Let's see it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're doing well for time. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to try and make my screen as big as possible. Right now, we're looking at Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame. And I have a few indicators on my charts. I am finding confluence. This strategy is finding confluence. There's a lot of lines here. Let me just clean up. Between the Bollinger Bands indicator, which I know a lot of you are familiar with. I think I will focus on it as an indicator for next week. So don't worry if you are unaware of how this indicator works. You'll still be able to understand the strategy. It's very visual. It's quite simple and straightforward. That line I'm going to leave there because that was our major breakout line from 18,000. All right, so Bollinger Bands and MACD, moving average convergence divergence indicator. Don't let it get you confused. It's actually very easy to read. It's very visual. And basically what it shows us is divergences between our EMAs, and it filters that information through into a way that shows us momentum in the form of a histogram with signal lines. Yes, this sounds confusing. Yes, it even looks confusing, but there are indicators that are far more confusing than the MACD. I mean, if we look at some of the VWAP indicators, we have indicators that actually have about 10 indicators combined in one of them. And yeah, those are awesome. I mean, I know Bitman uses indicators like that. And I mean, Market Cypher even has released indicators like that. And this is when you start entering into a space where you can tell a whole lot of information from just one space, one indicator, by actually overlapping indicators. All right, so MACD, we have a momentum histogram and we have a moving average line similar to your RSI. Then we also have a signal line which crosses that EMA. So it's actually not that complicated. All right, and we're going to keep open, as most of us know, our regular RSI as well as our stochastic RSI. So the screen can seem a little bit strange to some traders, who are used to focusing on price action as opposed to indicators. But right now, my screen is pretty much split between my price action, which has my Bollinger Bands, my MACD, and my two RSIs, my stochastic, which is a lot more volatile, and my regular RSI, which shows us our ultimate entries. And what you can already see for those of us who are really on it is that all of these indicators are telling us the exact same things at the exact same times. And what that means, what we call that, is confluence. And in the strategy, all you need is all four of them. I never do it if there's only three. I'll tell you that because that shows me weakness in my idea, in my trend change. And right now, there's a very simple example of the pump long, the last pump long that we got on the daily time frame on the Bollinger Bands from 20,000. And let's just look how that was identified. Most of us know, who know Bollinger Bands, that a wick below and even multiple wicks below the Bollinger Band can be the sign of an early entry, a trigger shot all the way up to the top of the band. And then a big wick above that band actually signals a continuation of that trend. And yes, this is counterintuitive. You do need to learn how to read Bollinger Bands to understand this. But for this strategy, all you need to know is that we came below the Bollinger Band. The price action came below the Bollinger Band. What else was happening? MACD, EMA was bottoming out. There is the signal, the crossover, the signal line. And let me just show you. Sorry, I move fast sometime, but for the newbies, you will need to change the colors of your MACD. This is how I like my MACD to be. When you open it, you basically just come in here and you go into your settings and you change your colors. I would leave the inputs because these inputs are really nice. But what we see here when we analyze the MACD is the histogram coming down to the bottom, turning around, which means momentum, basically strength, momentum, turning around towards the upside. We also see the EMA coming down to previous levels. And there we have our signal crossover. So that's confluence between the Bollinger Band now and the MACD. And yes, this is looking back. To use this as a leading indicator, you will need to actually think on your feet. You'll need to see it coming. And what you'll see is basically this happening, the momentum coming down, starting to turn around. Over here, it wasn't a go sign because we're still up here. But over here, where momentum was turning around, we were heading for a signal. And basically, it gave us a go on the long there. And we did actually catch this long on the daily. And it was really beautiful. I'm just explaining to you on a daily time frame because it's a lot less choppy and it's easier to see. But this is a magic strategy for the 15-minute time frame, which I'll show you shortly. Okay, so at the same time, or even slightly ahead of us, was our rhyme between our stochastic and our regular RSI. So there we had our regular and our stochastic rhyming for the long. We also had the MACD giving us a long. We had the Bollinger Band giving us our trigger signal. And there it is. There's the strategy. There's the long. And now what do we see occurring in reverse? The exact same thing. So opportunities incoming. Here we see wicking above. And I would say we're still looking. You see how these bands are expanding here? That's interesting. That means a lot of volatility has come into the daily time frame, which means there's a lot of room for retracement. So what we will usually see is more positivity, more bullish price action until this line actually starts coming closer, like this, coming closer, and this one starts coming down, coming closer, and we actually get squeezed in between the volatility of the bands. It's exactly what's going to happen here on the daily time frame. This one will do this one will do this. We'll be here, and then we'll just wick above the Bollinger Band, and then the whole thing will occur in reverse. We'll get our cross signal here. We're already coming down from here. We're already coming down from here. So this is a kind of short positioning. I might even go into shorter time frames to open a short on Bitcoin. And yes, we'll have our stop very tight, in case the market makers do decide to just push Bitcoin above 33,000 or something like that. And I will, of course, hedge my bets. Of course, I'll stay in a small long trade. I've got bots, and of course, I've got spot positions that I DCA into. All right, so let's take a quick look at a smaller time frame. And actually, it would be really fun to look at an altcoin using this strategy, because it works really nicely on the huge volatility. So let's have a look at the chat. I see, all right, so much coming in. And let me know, was this just way too confusing? Did I just speak and did it go over your head, or did anyone actually pick up what's happening with this strategy between the MACD, the Bollinger, and the RSI? All right, let's see. Check Discord. Awesome. I'll check the Discord now. Check XCN. All right, let's go. XCN. Shared the ARB Wick in Fight Club. The person who sold on $106 must be having a pretty good day. Awesome. Okay, so someone shared. Draxus, thank you so much. Someone must have sold on the 106. We know the order book is made up of people. And yeah, I think, this is the great thing about the ARB hype is, that's all it is. You do interesting things, you cause the hype, and yeah, we're seeing some success coming in. We're seeing some stability. Okay, Alex, welcome.
I'm also going to take this opportunity to drop the link yet again for the raffle. We usually do this about halfway through the stream, but if anybody missed that at around 8:30, I'm going to drop this one more time.
JD, a friend got $1,226 airdrop. Wow, beautiful. And this is the first of several airdrops, so we've still got time. Get involved, set up the MetaMask, do the deposit on Bybit, and there's 4 events happening right now on Bybit with ARB. So get involved. We'll drop the link. Yeah, smash the like button. Thanks, Crypto Cloud. All right, let's see. Very nice. I see the team is in the building. 30K magnet. Yeah, so we do have that 30K magnet happening. Crazy nonsense. Yeah, I think a lot of us agree the 1 million is, this guy just being silly. He's stirring the pot. He's stirring the pot. Okay, so let me know about this strategy. No airdrop, Christian. Did you miss out? What happened? Anthony, welcome. Quite insightful. Okay, lovely to hear. All right, so let's have a look at an altcoin. Let's have a look at one of these trades. The render trade, 128%. This blur trade is possibly quite juicy. So I'm going to try keep it simple here, but let's go full screen. Let's go down to a 4-hour time frame. And then you can start to see why I entered this trade and why it's been so profitable. We can see I was late from all the way up here on this trade where our regular stochastic and our regular RSI was giving us our entry. Basically, I love these shark fins. Even if a shark fin occurs like this on a RSI, a regular RSI, and it's not at the top, but it's on a high enough time frame like the 4-hour, I'll still notice that what this means is there was a huge amount of buying and there was a huge amount of selling straight away. And that just shows stability, instability, literally, and it causes this. So when I saw that, I also saw that the stochastic was actually giving us an entry on the 4-hour. And then from there, I went straight down to the 15-minute. And you can imagine what was happening on the 15-minute. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So we were getting, as I said, I realized I was late. We were all the way late there. But then the stochastic just giving us entries. And yeah, I hopped onto it. The Bollinger Bands, as you can see, a little bit more confusing on these time frames. Let me make it easier. The 1 hour, very simple. 1 hour is a nice time frame. And there it is. All right, so I hope this isn't too confusing. Next week, I think I'll go into Bollinger Bands in detail. because yeah, if we were really on point, we would have got our ultimate entry all the way up there. I'm not complaining with the 300%, but it's always nice to just look back and see where you could have done better. And one of the Bollinger Band strategies are, of course, to trade this middle line, trade these bands as actual resistance. Once you're in the band, trade the band as resistance, which is pretty much what I did, but it's not my normal ultimate entry on the RSI. And let's quickly have a look at one of the other coins. And just let me know if you think I should just take profits on these trades, if I should leave them as they are with the stop losses. Let me try to clean this up a little bit. Okay, and let's see. We got XCM. So XCM, I don't think is a coin that I've charted. I don't see it. Is that just my favorites? Let's see. XCN? XCN, maybe it was a typo. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay. Phew. So this is the daily chart on XCN, and we can see this wick that occurred all the way down at the level that we are at now. Basically, just like I said with ARB, that's what happened with ARB, and we can come all the way down to engulf that. And that looks like it's exactly what's occurred here. And what we also see is major consolidation against the trend line. So this could be an enormous long. And like I've said many times, don't enter into these trend line breaks until it is the perfect time. It has to properly break out, because if you enter prematurely and it comes back down, these downward sloping lines can really bite you in the bum. So what you need to do is make sure you notice the breakout on this kind of a time frame, and then skip down and just wait for a proper candle retest on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, and then actually get your ultimate entry. You can enter prematurely with lower margin here and add to your entry on the retest, but make sure that your positions are very limited. And this does look like a very cool, very interesting trade. There's some very interesting price action here. So just let us know if there are any fundamentals that we should know about on this coin. I mean, it obviously looks like one of those huge kind of pump and dump scenarios on the listing. We got kind of slow movement into it, and then a very slow movement, huge pump, and then huge dump, and then slow. Sure. Wow. Okay. So slow into it, huge pump, huge dump, huge pump, and then slow accumulation, consolidation all the way down. And if this is a powerful asset, this could literally be whales accumulating all the way down, so that when price breaks out, they do gain. So let us know if there are any fundamentals we should know about here, and if there's any specific trade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go into the Discord and have a look if I've missed anything. Quick moon touch, ARB $1.4. Oh, it's currently at 1.4. Oh, $106. ARB USDC on Bybit. Very interesting. Thank you, Draxus. Very interesting. Lil Druv, British pound against the US dollar. Wow, love it. I love that you're charting that. All right. Looks like it's coming down. All right, let's see. Unsure. I think altcoins are going to crash in some days because BTC will come down, but not that much. There we go. XCN. So you're mapping it out. You've got your Fibonacci. Beautiful. Nice, Unsure. Let's see BTC against Tether. H1 invalidation. Lil Druv. Okay, so you're looking for maybe a jump up to that RH and then down. All right, let us know any specific setups. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'm going to try and make things a little simpler here. We're going to take out the MACD, and we can just quickly scout for anything happening.
I'm going to take one
and
more
we've got our
opportunity
raffle
to drop the raffle link one more time. And if you guys want us to give away more merch in the future, go ahead and drop a like on the stream as well. That would be awesome. I think we're going to end this one around the raffle will close out in right around 5 minutes. We're going to do a little bit early this week, so make sure you guys go ahead and enter that now and don't wait too long, because we're going to have that quiz at the end and we're going to do it live. So we want to leave some time for that as well. But go ahead and take that opportunity. We always get some questions about the YouTube. You can drop a link to your YouTube whenever it asks for your YouTube name, or just the name that you see on your profile. Either one works, but make sure that Discord name is accurate as well. It looks like we've got some requests for APT, for, let's see, IOTX. Is that one on Bybit? Good check.
I'm just having a look at OMG. Looks like it's creating a little bit of a death pattern here. So I think I might short this low risk. Let me know if anyone else is scouting OMG. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Quite a naked chart here, but we can see straight up resistance right now that we're just hovering above. And yeah, lots of downside potential. And what I like here is this 1-hour RSI. Look at that. So we're looking for a cross here of the signal line on the 1-hour RSI. We're looking for a failure below this level, a retest, and a nice short. So let me know if anyone else is scouting this, if you think I should open it live. And then, yeah, maybe I'll go through some of my favorites. If there are no requests for trades I should open in the Discord, let me check again. All right, so should we go into our raffle? We've got some really cool beanies to give away.
Oh yeah, we got 3 beanies to give away. Next week we'll be giving away more merch as well. I think I want to give it 3 more minutes until we close that out. So if anybody has a last minute entry, you can scroll up. I'll drop it one more time, that link. Looks like we've got around 20 people entered right about now, and we've got 25 people in the stream. So if you are watching and haven't entered, this really is just the easiest way to get some free Bybit merch. And it's one size fits all because it's a beanie. So
yeah, I love those beanies. They're amazing. Okay, so you can see what I'm scouting here. A lot of downside potential. This is the 5-minute time frame. A little bit of a scalp. This was our ultimate entry. So what I'm doing here is I'm waiting. I'm just being patient. If we missed it, we missed it. But I'm scouting here for a reset of these RSIs on the 15-minute and a possible nice short on OMG. And then what I'm going to do is go to the daily time frame. On TradingView, a lot of you know this screening strategy of mine. Basically, I go to the daily time frame, I open up the EMA 5 and 50, and then I speed through my alts on auto, and I can very quickly and easily see what's bullish, what's bearish, what's threatening across. And here we can see we did receive a little downside cross, 50 over 200 EMA on Atom. And I mean, just look how that played out. So that's what we're looking for, happening imminently. Here we can see Solana is threatening the cross to the upside. So we're watching for that. It does look like it's going to coincide right with this liquidity zone. So it looks like it might just be another rejection. Avalanche, similar. Bit, very interesting. So Bit's going to break out. It's going to be to the upside. It's going to be either, upside or downside. We have to just play it patient. We can see here everything is squeezing now on Bit. We've got trend lines above us, below us. We've got POC below us. We've got EMA 5 over 200. I'm 50 over 200, not knowing what it's doing, trying to make up its mind. It threatened the cross here. Now it's coiling. And yeah, as most of us know, this means explosive movement incoming. And I would say it's quite simple to see. It's a break of this line or it's a break of this line. And just watch which way the 50 crosses over the 100 EMA. So let me know, would you go long or short on Bit right now? I think it's threatening the long. I think Bit is threatening a really nice long breakout up to 59 cents and possibly even up to 70 cents. All right, Chili's. Oof, very nice. So Chili's, we can see that these 50 over 200 EMAs are really extended and price action has extended below. So we can quickly see where the ultimate entry would have been at the RSI drop. So we did miss it. We're not exactly in the right moment, but of course we just wait and we see if there is a retest. And yeah, on the daily right now, we're right in the middle of the RSI. Let's just quickly see if we can find something juicy. Looks like we're middling out on the daily on most of our coins. Yeah, so Magic looking, well, this is Ajax looking a little bit interesting. We were scouting this last night in the stream, and we can see testing of this level, exhaustion occurring, and hugely overextended on this asset. We can also see on our volume profile a huge gap below us, and then another huge gap below that. So this is definitely a nice short to scout. I actually closed out a profitable Ajax trade just now. Let's quickly see if we can open another one. Okay, 15. So we'll just have to be patient, wait for our sniper entries. Right now our RSIs are middling out, but this could come up to give us one more entry for the short. Just make sure you look for these divergences to very high points on your RSI and make sure that those also rhyme with your stochastic. All right, so I hope everyone is with me and learning. Let me know if there are any trades you think I could or should open. And let me have a look at the YouTube comments.
All right, I think we're going to take this opportunity now that the raffle has closed. It closed officially at the 50-minute mark. So anybody that did get their entry in after, unfortunately, you'll have to enter again next week for your chance. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that. Let me go ahead and share my random number generator and then open it up on the screen. All right. So you guys can see our entries here. It looks like, unfortunately, we did have a couple people join or add their entries after, but you will have next week as well. So let's go ahead. And between 2 and 25, learn your number. Number 19 is our first winner. So let's go ahead and see who that is. It looks like Hoppy Nez on Discord. Congratulations. You are the first winner. And mark you green. Congratulations to Happy Nez. And we're going to choose 2 more winners. So it's going to be number 20 and number 10. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Number 20 is Camille, or ANIC8196 on YouTube. The other number was number 10, and that's going to be Chukwu Samuel on YouTube and on Discord. So congratulations to all 3 winners on winning that Bybit beanie. You will be
Very
contacted
nice.
by our staff. Go ahead and ping them as well.
I saw
Those
one member from last week that didn't get contacted. Let me see, who was it?
Okay.
He's in the Discord. Yeah, let's sort him out.
All right, go ahead and you can @Kilo Bybit. You guys know he's a regular in the chat in the Discord, as well as he's in the YouTube chat right now as well. Give him a little reminder in case you haven't been contacted yet. But those are our 3 winners for this week. So congratulations to all 3 winners. I'm going to let Jordan check out those last couple trades, and then we will get into the weekly quiz. We're going to be doing it live on stream this week. So it's going to be a little bit different. So while we finish setting that up, Jordan, if you have anything else.
Awesome. So I see we could have a little bit of a long here on the 1 hour on LDO. It's a little bit of a scalp. I'm not desperate to enter any trades right now. I'm just watching Bitcoin, and it's kind of hopping around. We know what's happening. We're consolidating. We're getting squeezed. There's also this 1 hour triangle that we're in. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to wait for Bitcoin to hop around in this triangle. And what's going to happen is it's probably going to just break out of the triangle and then re-enter to the same, kind of resistance and support on the other side, and maybe even, stay within this larger squeeze that we're in. So right now, I think I might even sit on my hands, leave my trades as they are, or even take some profits off the table. So let me know in the chat if you think I should just close all my trades or if I should be opening new trades. And yeah, I'm really excited to witness this quiz go down live. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
looks like we
let's
got a
get into
question from Anshul. Is the quiz going to be based on the stream or in general? It's going to be, you can learn everything that you need to know for the correct quiz answers from this stream. So it encourages people to watch and, stay attentive during the entire stream, listen to what Jordan's saying, listen to the news of the week, and just keep up with the stream. So it's not going to be general knowledge. It's going to be stuff that you can learn from the stream.
All right, so let's get into it. I think while we watch what happens to Bitcoin here on the 15-minute time frame, we're waiting for a little bit of a direction. When I see this Bitcoin hovering around in the middle of the RSI on the 15-minute, it is a kind of sit on your hands. If anything, we had a little scalp long here from the bottom of this 1 hour triangle. And now we're heading to the top, and basically we're just watching for this. Again, it can be a little bit of a boring time, and yeah, that's what happens. But at least we've got an exciting quiz. Let me know if I'm missing anything here, and please do drop in the Discord. I know it's difficult. There aren't a lot of trades right now. One thing you can do is look here on your charts. If you just open up any chart, you will see that you will get little notifications under your chart when master traders open trades in certain directions. And like even right now, we can see we're not getting many notifications. Usually they are flowing. So I think it might be a little bit of a sit on our hands period. And there is news coming out, and that's what we do. We just wait. We don't hop into anything until we know the direction. And look at these 4-hour RSIs. They're just, yeah. This is the time when you hone your strategies, you learn, and you go back in time. And yeah, just be patient. Be patient.
All right. So sounds like it's a great time to jump right into the quiz. It looks like we're getting some questions about people that haven't been contacted. If you haven't been contacted, you can also contact James or at Airplanes or at Kilo Bybit on Discord as well. So go ahead and reach out to them directly. But let's go ahead and switch over to the quiz, and I'm going to explain how it's going to work for everybody. So let me go ahead and start sharing. Take over from Jordan. And we're going to be waiting for players. Everybody go ahead and go to Kahoot.it, or if you have the app, you can also join from there. But either way, you can play on a desktop or on a phone. Go to Kahoot.it. It's going to ask you for a game pin. That game pin is going to be 9506077, as you can see on screen. We're going to give it a few minutes to give everybody a chance to join. But just go ahead and go to Kahoot.it, type in that game pin, and it'll give you that chance. Let's go ahead and make sure everybody has that opportunity. So it looks like we're just waiting for players. And looks like it's working. So everybody join in. This is going to be the quiz format moving forward, at least for the next two, or the next stream, as well as this one. So it's going to be live, a little bit more pressure, because you will see the winner on stream. You will see those the number one and probably a scoreboard as well. So make sure to give it your best shot to make sure you're paying attention during the stream. Everybody go ahead and join in. We've got 20 people watching. I better see 20 people join the quiz as well. There's no risk in this other than the possibility to improve next week.
Anshul, Anthony, Draxus, Jess, Learneray, Lalit. Yo, this is tight competition here. Where's Gibson? Where's our top student? Crypto Cloud, let's see it. Yeah, let's give them just a few moments to join. I think
Absolutely.
Some users haven't used Kahoot before, but it's the best. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's very easy. You just go to Kahoot.it and type in the game code. It's very intuitive.
And it gets the blood pumping.
Absolutely.
Manuel, awesome. Anthony. Anthony thinks he's going to defeat everyone. Let's see. All right.
It looks like everybody is going ahead and slowly piling in, which is excellent. people are working out. If you guys have any questions about how to join or how to play, feel free to drop those in the comments as well. But it'll walk you right through it. It's just going to ask you to select answers to the quiz questions that'll pop up on the screen or on the phone once you've gone to Kahoot.it and entered the game pin.
Ike, nice. Himia, awesome.
So my quiz record is not good. Well, this is your opportunity.
There we go, Crypto Cloud.
Your Discord name, absolutely. You can enter your Discord name, your YouTube name, what you're known by. So we'll give it a few more minutes, maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, just so that everybody who does want to participate does get an opportunity to join in.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Thanks for dropping a like. I see you've all dropped likes. Much appreciated. All right. Sure, this is exciting. I wish I could participate.
Yeah, Jordan does not know the questions. I crafted the quiz this week. He doesn't know the questions. Let's see if he knows the answers.
Should I enter?
I think you would definitely win, or get close, because a lot of them are about what you did.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't enter. This is going to mess up the algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like a couple people had to download the app, so we'll give it just 1 more minute in case anybody has to do that, and they're waiting for that to download.
Pasha's nice. Yeah, this is the most fun way to do quizzes because it's like so fast paced. You got to be on it and don't question yourself. Like whatever your instinct tells you, smash it.
Yeah, I think the timer is 20 seconds per answer.
But it does the winner is basically the fastest one. So
yeah.
It does count like who's fastest.
Yeah.
It's not just how many you get right, it's also how fast you answer. Pretty intense. All right, we're looking good. Sartak says it's the worst app quiz ever, always lagging. So let's see how it goes today. I've had really good experiences with it in the past, at conferences and such. So maybe it was just your one experience, Sartak. Let's have a look.
Fijiro, if it does lag again, let us know. And also let us know if you try downloading the app and it helps with lag.
Oh yeah, you might have been doing it on the web. Yeah, Sartak, try the app. Anthony says it's the best.
All right, well, I say we start it up. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to move over. And we're going to click start. That's everybody. That's going to lock the game, prevent anybody from joining. If you didn't get a chance to join, we will have yet another quiz next week, and we'll be giving away merch. So let's go ahead and start this off. Fight Club, stream number 5. So question number 1, who made a bet for $1 million that Bitcoin would reach $1 million in 90 days? The bet was for $1 million that it would reach $1 million in the next 90 days. So it looks like we've got 13 answers, 1 more person. And wow, that is a quick countdown. All right, 10 people have selected the correct answer. Balaji Srinivasan, Justin Sun, Michael Saylor, and Elon Musk, unfortunately, did not make that bet. Here's our scoreboard so far. And as you can see that you get a few more points if you're a little bit faster. All these people were correct with their answers, but Lenore, sorry if I can't pronounce that, and Lalit and Haimia did answer correctly the fastest. So let's move into question 2. This is true or false. The odds for Balaji's Bitcoin bet were 30-1. True or false? Looks like people are answering as quick as possible, which is excellent. So I believe we've got 14 people in, and I'm only seeing 13 answers. So if you are having trouble, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Jordan can point that out to me. Wow. a tricky one. It looks like most people did end up getting this one incorrect. The odds for Balaji's Bitcoin bet were 40 to 1. So let's see after that. And Lalit, 2 in a row. Jess, 2 in a row. Draxus, 2 in a row. Lalit just a little bit faster, but we've got 7 more questions, so things are going to change up a lot. Make sure you stay focused. Balaji's Bitcoin bet represents a stance of predicted hyperinflation. True or false? So Balaji's stance. Wow, that was quick. And we've got, again, 10 selecting true, so a little bit better this time. Let's go ahead and check who's the highest. Wow, it looks like Jess is the highest answer streak. 3, Draxus also with 3. Those are our top players at the moment. Excellent. Jess just a little bit faster on average. So let's move into question number 4. It's going to be multiple choice. The Facebook co-founder attempted to join this Bitcoin bet, the Bitcoin bet. So I believe there are 5 Facebook co-founders, but only 1 got active on Twitter. So if we've got 1 or 2 more people need to answer. There we have it. Wow. All right. I can imagine Eduardo Saveron is one of the most popular, but it was Dustin Moskovitz. He's the one that joined in or attempted to join in for $50 million, but ended up deleting that tweet. It looks like Jess and Draxus are again at the top of the leaderboard. So go ahead and move to question number 5. On Wednesday, the Fed announced a rate hike of this many percentage points. 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, or 1. What did they announce on Wednesday? This helps to make sure you guys are paying attention at the beginning of the stream. It looks like we've got a good average of correct answers at 0.25, the correct rate hike. Jess and Draxus still pulling through. We've got Crypto Cloud starting to move up in the ranks. Wow, Sarthak is the highest climber, moving up as well. Obviously pulling through with those last couple questions. Around what global average price did R peak before settling close to $1.40? This is what I said at the beginning of the stream, not what some people noticed towards the end of the stream. So do keep that in mind. This was the global average that we saw it peak at. And it looks like people got that as well, right around $14 in terms of the global average. Obviously, people noticed it was a little bit different for the Bybit spot pair. After we saw that screenshot, pretty insane, pretty lucky if you got that opportunity. It looks like yet again, Jess has gotten all 6 in a row. Draxus most likely has as well, or maybe got 1 incorrect. I'm not entirely sure, but Jess just a little bit faster. Let's see if anybody can take that spot. Looks like Draxus, Lalit, Crypto Cloud are all in the running. Number 7, Jordan focused on finding confluence between which 2 indicators today? So the EMA or the RSI, the EMA or that should be MACD, Bollinger Bands or RSI, Bollinger Bands or MACD. Confluence between which 2 indicators? He focuses on an indicator each week. Today he focused on confluence between 2 of them, and it looks like a little bit of trouble, and we only had 5 people guess correct on this one. Bollinger Bands and MACD was correct. Is that right, Jordan?
Yeah, a little bit confusing, but well done. Well done to those who got it.
Absolutely. These guys were really paying attention. And it looks like Draxus now has 7 in a row. Crypto Cloud moving up. Anthony moving up. Again, a close fight for those number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 positions. Second to last question, which indicator will Jordan focus on next week? You've really got to be paying attention for this one. The weighted moving averages, Bollinger Bands, the Ichimoku Clouds, or KST No Sure Thing. Next week, he mentioned who will focus on 1 indicator. And there are all of our answers. Again, another tough one. It was Bollinger Bands. He focused on the confluence of Bollinger Bands and MACDs today, but it's just going to be Bollinger Bands by themselves next week. So let's see. Anthony on a streak of 5. It looks like we're finally stumping some of those leaders. Jess moving up silently to number 1. Draxis yet again holding number 2. We've got one more question, and we've got a few people that have that opportunity to win. Everybody's within quite a good range to win. Let's go ahead and get that last question out of the way so that we know for sure. How many trades does Jordan currently have open? He showed his trades today. How many does he have open? 2, 4, 5, or 8? Wow. People really poured in to answer that one. We're just waiting for, it looks like a couple last people. Maybe we did see some lag, maybe getting kicked out of the website or the app. So let us know in the YouTube comments if that happened. And looks like we do have a majority, second majority at 8. Currently has 5 open, 5 trades open, all in profit, which is awesome. So the podium, number 3, is Lawlit with 6726 points. Number 2 is Draxis, stayed at number 2 almost the whole time. And number 1, 7,665 points, is Jess. Congratulations, Jess. You got 8 out of 9 correct. Wow. So did Draxis. And our runners up, Anthony, Crypto Cloud. 8 out of 9 correct. Jess just did it a little bit faster. So now that you guys know exactly how to play, and if you didn't get your favorable position, you guys now know that you got to be quick. You got to be accurate. If you want to win this one.
Congratulations. Yeah, wow. That was so awesome to witness. The speed and the knowledge. I mean, 8 out of 9. Those were not easy questions. So well done, Jess. Well done, Draxis. Well done, Elite. And well done to everyone who was involved. I'm sure you had fun. I mean, I had fun just watching. So thanks, Brandon. That was awesome.
Absolutely. I like that format. Let us know what you guys think as well. But congratulations again to those winners, to the runners-up. You got next week. Lock this platform for quiz. All right. Well, I'm glad, Jess, that your heart is pumping. Definitely paid off. But from my end, that's all I've got this week. Thank you so much, Jordan, for showing us everything in terms of trading, in terms of showing that confluence between the Bollinger Bands and MACD. And I'm looking forward to Bollinger Bands next week. The rewards will be bonuses, and you guys will be contacted as well. Last week quiz pending. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully we get even more people to really fight for that number 1 spot in the quiz as well. If you haven't gotten a chance to win any merch next week, it's going to be your last chance in this round of live streams, but it won't be the end. We will continue this in the future. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Remember, always play from a position of power and strength. Use a stop loss and don't get wrecked. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you all in the communities. Goodbye.
See y'all.
Thanks, Brandon.